So there's 4 core elements of LinkedIn. The first is your profile. Your profile describes who you are to the broader world. So the things that go into your profile is your headline. So when someone searches for you, it will say that you are that specific role. A lot of people put their title, other people put something they're looking for. So if you're looking to hire someone in your business, you might put that right up in your headline. Another element of your profile is essentially the experience and credibility. I'll be showing you a little bit of a breakdown of this. The other elements that are important in LinkedIn is your connections. So if your customers are on LinkedIn, then it doesn't make sense to use it. But if your customers are on LinkedIn, then you can connect with them and it makes sense. So you got to make sure that with your business that you're able to find your customers on LinkedIn and you connect with them. Then groups is a more advanced function. So I'm going to, when we get to that, leave you a little more details on that. And the last is interactions, which is how people find about you on LinkedIn. So I'm going to dive into each one of those. First is your profile. So you can see a few elements of your profile on the screen. The first at the top, the guy that I have pointed out is Jeff Young. He is a LinkedIn guru in Ohio. He goes around and actually speaks at conferences all over Cincinnati area. So the reason why I picked him out is because he really knows what he's doing on LinkedIn. And if you're looking for like the ideal profile, just look up Jeff Young in Ohio, and you can see a lot of stuff. Like he uses a lot of the top capabilities. Like if you see under there, there's some posts. So he goes ahead and he posts about certain things related to his business. So he'll post about some LinkedIn tips. He'll post about the best practices that you can do. He'll post about common myths and misunderstandings. Under that, you'll see that it says summary. The summary section is your opportunity to speak to people that find you. So if they go onto your profile, the first thing they're going to see under your heading and your picture is your summary. So within your summary, it's usually about 1 paragraph. And most people, with their summary, they just talk about what they do in their business. And that's great. But if you have a specific objective and you want to get the most out of LinkedIn, you should put a call to action right in your summary. So if you're a realtor like Mark and you know that you're looking for someone that has a nest egg that wants to invest in and get more than 3%, you can say right up in your profile, hey, reach out to me by phone or email if you want to have a better use of your money than just have it sit in the stock market that's not going to be doing too well or in bonds that aren't going to be making a lot of money. So that call to action is very powerful, and it allows you to have a direct contact or touch to the people that are within your profile or that see your profile. Additionally, you have to think about, like, your profile has lots of different components, but you got to think about it as a whole. Like, how does it increase the credibility of you as a person? So, for example, for me, as a consultant, it's important that people understand that I understand millennials very well. So I will talk about things related to millennials on that profile and give examples of things that I've done in the marketing space. So just think about your business, and when you think about someone buys from you, what do they want to think about or hear about that you've done, and add that to your profile. There's lots of different elements from education to certifications that you can use, but it's not necessarily what you put on, it's about the results of what you put on. So within your profile, there's 3 key elements. The first element is your photo and headline. So one thing that bugs me more than anything is people that think they're so amazing that they don't need a picture. That basically everyone recognizes your name and you're that much of a celebrity. And that's basically what you're telling the world when you decide that I don't want to upload a picture. People are either going to think that you're so creepy that you don't want to upload a picture, or they're going to think that you're so arrogant that people should just know your name. So I highly recommend you get a professional picture taken of you, or you have someone like Frank have a nice video from a previous event. You just take a snapshot and upload it. So it's pretty easy, and it makes a big difference because the people that don't have pictures, I pretty much don't usually connect with them unless they are that person like CEO of a bank or something like that. But in general, it's important that you have a photo, and it's important that you have a headline that explains who you are or what you do. There's a lot of different theories on the headline, so just to be specific. The headline is the part where it says like real estate investor right under my name. So they give you about a little less than 200 characters. So think of it like a Twitter post to describe who you are, what you do. So this is something you can change all the time. Like it doesn't have to stay the same, but you just want it to capture who you are to an outside person. So if someone was to search for you, they can quickly identify, yes or no, I want to learn more about this person, because your picture and your profile are like the main things that show up in the search. So those have to match with what you're trying to do. And the two approaches to doing that is either to say who you are, like what you do specifically, so I'm a real estate investor, or to say a specific thing that you're trying to accomplish. So for example, I could put in my profile, if it was really important to me, I'm looking for a developer to help for a business plan competition that I'm running. So I might say that I'm the organizer of a business plan competition looking for a developer. So anytime someone finds me, they know what I'm looking for. And I've seen some very interesting ones where people that are looking to raise money for their business, they might put it right up in their headline, as clear as day, what they're trying to accomplish on LinkedIn. So you don't have to be as aggressive as that, but just make sure it's clear what you do. Once you get that figured out, then the summary and call to action is important. So within the summary, describe more in detail what you do, why it matters to someone, and what they can do to connect with you if you have a call to action. You might not have a call to action, just use that to build credibility for yourself. And then we talked about this already, but in general, it's most important to think about how to make yourself credible. So whether you're talking about your experience, you're talking about things that you volunteer and do in the community, or you're talking about certain accomplishments that you have, there's no right or wrong answer. It's always on a case-by-case individual basis.